Okay, welcome back. It is the Wizard Den. Today I'm going to be discussing alchemy. Is it important? Is what they call high magic important? Getting in touch with your higher self, getting in touch with your true self, going through the clip off to connect with yourself, or dealing with all your past traumas, trying to heal yourself. Is this kind of thing really that important? Or is it more important to worry about the thing I'm in right now, my physical life? Money, cars, clothes, food, where I live. Do I want to live by water? Do I want to live in the woods? Do I want to live in the city? Are these things that really matter more? Does it matter more to me to, go out and hoe around with women? Is that what matters to me? We'll start talking about that. So let's get on to it. Let's see. If you are mostly focused on women, you're going to have a very distracted life, especially when you're talking about multiple women. Then you're really getting distracted. You won't be taking magic very seriously, to be honest with you. Same thing if you're worried about money, if you're worried about cars, clothes. All this stuff is one big distraction. Well, let me go back for a second. When you are getting into magic, you get into it for those reasons. Money, the attainment of goods, items, to get out of a situation, whether that be legal or health-wise. Maybe you turn to the occult because of health. Hold on. And if that's the case, that's good and dandy. Everybody does in the beginning for one of those reasons. Nobody joins the occult because they want to grow in a spiritual nature. It's very rare. So there's a change that happens along the lines, somewhere along the path, where you realize through all the reading, all the studying, all the rituals that you're doing, all the evocations, that the real goal here, what you really want, what you really, really want, is spiritual power, spiritual development, healing, growth. And that usually happens the more in touch you become, the more you start to develop psychic abilities, the more you evolve into a higher essence being. Your vibration starts to grow. The more it grows, the more grounded you become, the more you grow, the more you start to realize you're more than a physical person. You're going to you're going to leave this life, and you're not going to go to hell or heaven. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Now you can actually focus on things that do matter. Like the fact that you probably reincarnated quite a few times, and you can move on to not reincarnate anymore and just become a psychically aware spiritual being. Who knows if human life is all that you've known? Maybe you're some kind of alien life form. Probably highly likely. What is it that you want to do after death? Or you can learn astral projection. What is it you want to do now? These things start to become a real possibility after a certain point in your growth. Once you get there, it's time to start growing. It's time to start putting in the legwork. Alchemy is very important. What is alchemy? For those that don't know, alchemy is explained as the process of changing lead into gold. What does that mean? Not physical, literal lead into a physical, literal gold. It's talking about taking your shit within you and turning it into something beautiful and worth something. How do you do that? Through healing, through growth. Now, I'm talking about other kinds of growth. Growing in general, becoming more aware, becoming more present, becoming more thoughtful, smart, intelligent, changing your point of views on things, changing your perspective. All these things come together to change you as a person, to change you into something that you probably would have never been without the occult. You can do a lot of growing and a lot of healing without it, but there are some things you just won't be able to ascertain without it, period. So yes, to answer the question, alchemy is extremely, extremely important. It will change your life, quite literally. Most of us don't call it alchemy, but that's what it is. We call it just growth, growing, healing, overcoming traumas. That's just what we call it. We don't call it by a label. As you grow, you stop labeling things. You stop identifying with things. You're not going to call yourself an alchemy guru. You know, you're not going to call yourself a guru, whatever it is. You stop identifying with things at a certain point in your growth. You know, it may be a cool, nickname or whatever, but you don't seriously call yourself that, you know? You stop wanting to identify as left hand or right hand path. You stop that at a certain point. You realize it's about balance. Once you get to a certain level in this alchemy, you stop identifying, period. The only thing you identify with is the spiritual side of things, meaning I am me. I am this. This is all that I am. I am whoever I want to be at any given moment. I am growing. I am powerful. I am me. I am Brian. You know, that's who I am. And at a certain point, that's where you'll get to. You won't be a carpenter or whatever. That's alchemy. You change who you are as a person and you grow. That's really all I have to say today. Alchemy is very important. It's very powerful, very moving, and life-changing. All right, peace.